They say that cream always rises to the top. And our next guest has proven this again and again with his tasty creations. He is fresh from a national gelato competition where he won the top spot in Canada. Gelato Maestro James Coleridge is here to show us his award-winning creations. James, so lovely to have you. I cannot wait to try what you've got. First off, tell us about this competition. What did you win?
So thank you so much, and it's a pleasure to be here with you and the team. What I won was the top gelato maker or master of Canada for 2023, and there was a competition in Toronto where 18 of the top competitors went to Toronto and they presented their flavors, and then the top 3 out of that competition representing Canada will move on to the next level in Los Angeles, September 2nd and 3rd. And I was fortunate enough to be chosen as the best in Canada. And
this is not your first rodeo. You have won many, many, many competitions, but we're going to talk about that. But first, before the gelato melts, you got to show me what was your award-winning flavor.
So this is called Texas Pecan with an Italian soul. And it really is a balance and a blend of so many different layers, from the salt of Vancouver Island here.
Yep.
Right?
Nice, a little
we have a
salty.
dark maple syrup from Quebec.
Very, very Canadian.
We have a hickory smoke that we infuse into the milk, which we won't be doing here just because of the amount of smoke it creates. We have a beautiful pecan paste that I make from scratch.
Lovely.
And then we have an Amarena sour cherry sauce. Oof. And then we have candied pecans, which I made myself. My son and daughter ate a lot of the samples, but I still have a few here. So that's the Texas pecan with Italian soul.
Okay, and it all blended together into this beauty of a creation right here.
So it's gonna dance.
Okay.
It's really gonna dance in your palate. It's gonna have salt, sweet, and sour.
Okay.
Right?
And so I gotta get a little bit.
Yeah,
oh, no,
let me just get a little pecan there, a little extra Amarena cherry. This is how we did it for the judges in Toronto.
Oh, okay.
So bon appetito, as we say in Italy.
Thank you, grazie. Okay.
You know, this flavor has just been amazing for me. It took a long time to make it at Casarecchio in Vancouver, in Kitsilano, but we went through a lot of trials to get to this point, to get the balance of the salt, the sweet, and fortunately it turned out. I was grateful.
Delicious, because there's a little bit of everything in here. And gelato, you know, sometimes people might think it's a little sweet, but it's tart in here. There's a little bit of salt in here, the smoke. It's beautiful.
Yeah, there's no white sugar. Well, I didn't use any sugar in it. I used the maple syrup from Quebec, which is a nice dark amber maple syrup. And I really think that this flavor, as much as it dances on the palate, truly reflects a Canadian theme. The sea salt we have from Vancouver Island and Nova Scotia, the maple syrup from Quebec, and the Italian soul comes from the mascarpone cheese, which makes it creamy.
So creamy.
Yeah.
So what sets a gelato apart from regular ice cream?
Well, ice cream typically has between 22 and 24% fat, so make sure you eat your gelato. And then it's actually served a little bit warmer so it doesn't freeze the palate. And ice cream's denser and creamier, and gelato's denser and creamier, and ice cream tends to be lighter and fluffier.
Right.
So a big cup of ice cream is the same weight as a small cup of gelato because of the amount of air in it. And so you're getting the density of it, but you're not getting the creamy fat stuff that you get from ice cream.
Right, right. Oh, okay, I love that. It's the best of all the worlds.
So it's just, being named #1 in Canada and coming from Vancouver, Vancouver's such a great food scene. Really, really big food scene here. There's some amazing chefs in that. And the 18 people that competed across Canada are really reflective of the dynamics of people in Ontario, people in Quebec and Nova Scotia. And it was just a real honor to go to Toronto and compete, even though it's a 2-day competition and my luggage got lost and didn't arrive till the end of the first day. I was kind of like in the challenge environment already, but
it's perfect. It's like reality TV. We should have filmed the whole thing.
It was not. I was very calm about the whole thing, but I'm really respectful of the competitors across Canada who brought their best, and it was amazing. Some amazing artists in our country, and I was really appreciative of the judges who managed to see this flavor, which will now move on to the North American semifinals in Los Angeles. And this is the flavor that I will take and perfect in the next coming months and take it down to Los Angeles and try and make Canada proud.
Okay, so what are the judges looking for? How were you even inspired to come up with this? Because this is not your regular gelato flavor. This is not pistachio or, you know.
No, so in culinary competitions, it really is about the dance of the palate. It really is about layering and making it move and shift around and all of that. So sometimes the simplest gelatos can be the most difficult to master, but in a competition, you've got to realize that there's competitors who already know how to do that. So how do you go beyond the next level? And so there's quite an extensive point system: texture, flavor, smoothness, temperature, sweetness, presentation, an oral presentation, a visual presentation. It's a massive point system that these 5 judges mark down, and then they add them all up, and then it becomes first, second, and third, move on to LA, and then the rest are just grateful that they had to compete, and they're proud of their flavor. And they're just amazing artists in Canada. I'm just proud to have competed. I'm just lucky to have became number 1.
I need to try this other flavor too. So you've got another one here.
Whatever time you're watching this at, this is tiramisu. So I'm going to hand you the whole pint. Now this is tiramisu that we make at Casareccio. It has Marsala wine.
Okay, I'm gonna just take a scoop because I want the crew to be able to have.
It has tiramisu in it. It has Kahlua wine, mascarpone cheese. It has great milk and cream from BC. And that. See, that sounds like, okay, words are not enough. I get that. I think
it's so smooth and delicious. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. My last question, I want to know, what is your secret sauce? Because you have won so many competitions. I can't even name them all at this point. I don't know if you can keep track. What drives you? What is it? What's your secret sauce compared to everybody else in the world?
I've just been blessed. I've been in 9 competitions around the world, and 7 of them I've placed first or second. So, and 2 of them I didn't place, but I have a lot of energy, as you can tell, but my children are truly my inspiration. I am blessed with 2 beautiful children that challenge me all the time, that ask questions all the time, and they never stop wanting me to get better. And I want to get better for them. So they're my first inspiration. The second inspiration is I'm highly competitive, and I like to make things dance, and I like to learn. So for me, my inspiration is always going to be my children, always going to be my family first, and then my fans and followers, because they have supported me over the last 11, 12 years through my journey to get to today. But I'm just so proud to be named number 1 in Canada. I really am.
We're very proud of you as well. So we can find the ice cream where?
At Casareccio Foods at Kitsilano at 2480 Vine Street. It is very limited.
Okay.
So if you follow me on Instagram, gelatobyjames.yvr, we will announce the release of it. But I can tell you right now, the lineup starts fast, it moves very fast, and it's not easy to make. So just be patient with us, but
we can't all be as lucky as his kids getting all the ice cream at home. Thank you so much, Maestro James Coleridge, for being with us.
Thank you so much. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here with you.